Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Kimetsu no Yaiba's Swordsmith's Village arc, episode 4 and maybe 5. We'll see. Somebody has recommended that I might want to do them together. We'll play it by ear. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do to defeat Hantengu? I don't know, and I haven't been able to come up with many good ideas. It's a bit of a problem when you're up against an enemy and your primary weapon is swords, and every time you cut him with a sword, he turns into more of himself that are different in their powers and abilities and make it a more versatile, more terrifying opponent. That's bad. That's, like, really bad. I think after the Daki fight and now the Hantengu fight, can we institute a one-body rule? Like, demons are only allowed to have one body. Fuck all this bullshit. You can't have two of you be one demon. You can't have one of you split into multiple demons. And whatever the hell the pot guy who seems to be summoning giant fish is doing, that's probably not allowed either. We gotta kill them all. We gotta get them out of here. They're not wanted in our society. All you multi-body fucking demons, get the fuck out. We are a one person, one body sort of populace here. Please. Unfortunately, they don't play by any rules, and they're not gonna play by that one. So, we've got a veritable horde of Hantengus who, I have no conclusions about how to defeat them. It's like, well, maybe Kanroji could show up and defeat them with her sword that when it cuts them will cut them into little pieces, which will each rejuvenate into more of them. Shit. Maybe if we hit them with a blunt force object, that'll work. Oh, right, Genya tried bullets, and they did chop through the creature and explode the parts, and they developed into more parts. So we're fucked. So we're mega fucked. This seems like a contain sort of thing. Put him in a box, suck all the oxygen out of the box, throw the box into space, out the airlock, you go Hantengu, and then we remove this monster from our situation. We don't have a box like that, and also access to space and magic. It doesn't work, so we're fucked. So I don't have an answer. It's bad. It's bad. Which is good, because it means that it's intense and interesting, and there's lots and lots and lots of room for our characters to be put into difficult circumstances, and for us to find out weird and interesting things about these monsters, to bring our new training elements to bear. Tanjiro's ability to recognize when people are coming for him and counterattack should be an element that we should look for. Demonstrate the powers of Tokito, our other Hashira, and hopefully have some kind of moment where Kanroji returns, because God, we could use some levity, and also some cool other characters, and also some fucking help. Some help would be great. Help would be very good. Can we rebuff this attack? I don't know. Can we survive it? Certainly. Can we rebuff it? Can we prevent them from taking over the village, killing a bunch of people, causing a bunch of problems? I don't know. So, we're going to have to watch and find out. In the moment that we are entering, Tanjiro is in a bad way because he's been blasted around by the hawk bird version of the Hantengu. And Tokito, running back to there, knowing that there's something wrong, or feeling that there's something wrong, stumbles across a weird giant fish monster that is attacking the little boy who we've met earlier, and almost leaves him to his fate, which is a defensible position, I think. It's like the defending what would you call it? Healthcare workers who have to perform triage in circumstances of dire need, and who do you save? You only have limited resources. You don't have the choice to just be nice and save everyone. It doesn't work that way. You're a doctor, there are 50 patients, and you have the ability to treat maybe 10 of them. What do you do? Do you treat the ones most in need of help? Do you treat the ones who are most likely to survive? That's the kind of trolley problem that Tokito is genuinely faced with here, and his inclination, as he has demonstrated to us and told us, is to choose the greater good. That is, the principle is somewhat irrelevant. The principle, I should save people, it is good to be good to people, is somewhat irrelevant when you've got bigger things to deal with, when there's a larger threat. He should not, by one form of direct utilitarian logic, he should not stop and save one child if doing so prevents him from arriving in time to save some demon slayers, for example. Even one demon slayer, for example. One could argue that that demon slayer is pivotal to the future, is going to be able to protect the world from demons for the foreseeable future, is going to be a bulwark against monstrousness, is going to be a general force for good, more so than the child would be. Let alone if 2 demon slayers are under attack. Let alone if 1 demon slayer and 1 civilian are under attack. Let alone if anybody else is under attack. You should be able to flip the switch on the trolley and turn it from a careening course toward a group of people toward the morally less significant individual. It's a reasonable premise. It's a reasonable argument, and it's one that we actually have to deal with in real-world circumstances, not infrequently. Each of us is limited, and communal resources are limited, healthcare resources are limited. Where do we apply them? Same goes for military operations, especially if you're being attacked, which is sort of the circumstance that we're under. Tokito has the choice of where to defend. Out there in the woods where there's one person being threatened and a little outpost that doesn't really matter, or back home at headquarters in the country's capital where if it falls, everything goes to shit. Because let's be clear, if this Swordsmith's village goes to shit, that's maybe with a time delay, maybe with a lag, that's the end of the Demon Slayers, right? This is the source of their munitions. This is their prime munitions factory. The one place where they can get the special swords that do the special thing that kill demons. The stuff that enables them to have a chance in the fight at all. Uh-oh. So, I think it's reasonable for Tokito to make a different kind of choice. But that doesn't make it right. There's a difference between justifiable and justified. And there's a difference between... There are different types of shoulds. There are different types of shoulds and different ways to justify them. Tanjiro's argument, to my mind, is a socially conscious one. One that has to do with the fabric of interconnectedness that society is based on. And the statement that one person's application of energy or contribution to that fabric strengthens the entire weave. And I think it's a great argument, and I agree with it. But it's the kind of principled argument that has some struggles when it comes to real-world circumstances, and so I'm excited to see it play out. That's the most interesting thing about these episodes so far, is the philosophical clash between characters. And as we've been going through our list of Hashira, we've been getting a range of philosophical perspectives. From the utterly self-sacrificing, completely dedicated, utterly purely heroic flamey boy in Rengoku, to the completely flashy but deeply self-sacrificing as well Tengen Uzui. And now we have some interesting others. Very cool. In some sense, Tanjiro is presented to us as a somewhat naive, somewhat simplistic, but presented as the prime worldview of the story. And then that worldview is smashed up against a bunch of obstacles. Some of them demons on the other side, who are very obvious and somewhat straw man-y. You know, when you have Daki say, like, I can do whatever I want because I'm powerful. That's pretty straightforward. You could be like, well, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe no. But also more complicated foils and differing opinions from other successful people who are making it in their society. The other Hashira, for example. People who have authority and power and respect and have completely different perspectives. So we get to compete to some extent, ideologically, and have clashes and conversations between them, like the one that we're seeing play out between Tokito and Tanjiro. And in most cases, because of the nature of Tanjiro as a character, he generates change in thought patterns in those he meets. Whether it's the little boy who he had the conversation with up in the tree and told to believe that there might be a future for him even if he can't see it, or Tokito to whom he says everything that good that you do for others comes back to you in the end. Tanjiro's biggest ability is the ability to change people's hearts and minds, to win them over ideologically, not physically or through conflict. And I think it's really interesting to view the story as such, as a series of ideological arguments, re super eye patch holes, what makes a fight scene interesting, and they do play out as ideological arguments that are represented in battle, in swordsmanship, in dedication, in the ability to recover, in resilience, in all of these elements that are represented in the actual give and take exchange of blows between our villains and our heroes. I think it's really cool. Tanjiro's dedication and belief in the future and respect for life plays out completely in every way, in every action and every decision that he makes during the entirety of the Dakigyutaro fight. And now it's playing out in his decisions that he makes here in this fight, and it's having a direct impact on the people who he's spoken to. Tokito is now making decisions based on Tanjiro's perspective, or at least he's been somewhat influenced by it, and that will continue on. Genya, though he might be very reluctant to do so, is going to be influenced by Tanjiro here, as are all the other characters that meet him ever. It's the point. Is that one person's attitude, rightly applied and expressed effectively and argued for in the real world via competition, via collaboration, can have a dramatic impact on the lives and actions of those around him, which then have an impact in turn. The ripple continues. All this to say, I am more than a little bit excited for Demon Slayer. I know that there are people in the comments who still don't get it, who still don't believe me. I had a comment just the other episode from somebody saying, don't pretend like you're enjoying this. And I don't get it. I don't get it. What are you talking about? I'm happy to point out the elements of this show that don't land for me. There was a huge portion of last episode that didn't work for me comedically, and I felt like the pace and framing and style was all off. But the underlying storytelling works great. It works great. And you top that off with an icing on the cake thing of some of the best action that's ever been put to animation, ever. And some of the prettiest things to look at, period, as well as getting to witness in real time the evolution of the industry, and people wonder why I'm interested in this show. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're just going along with it because it's popular? No! I'm fucking interested in why it's so popular. And sometimes that's a question that baffles me. I don't understand exactly still why the film was absolutely so jaw-droppingly successful in box offices, but it ends up being more of a socio-cultural situation, and the drop of COVID and the rebuilding or reopening of theaters and all these other elements that were in play. So, all that to say that my interest in this show has very little to do with its popularity as such, and very much to do with figuring out why it resonates so well with so many people, and why it seems such an empty, vapid argument to say that the show is simplistic or naive or straightforward. It's like, no duh. Why does it work? And it works self-evidently. You can't argue that it doesn't work, because there are hundreds of thousands of people for whom it does. Millions of people for whom it does. Self-evidently it does. Maybe they're all self-deluded, right? Maybe it's all a fandom jerking themselves off, right? And just being like, wow, this is the greatest thing, and all feeling like they're in an authoritarian, tyrannical regime where if any of them speak out against the glorious dictator that is Tanjiro, they'll be shut down by their whole friend group. I don't fucking think so. I don't think everybody's lying about this. I'm not. Most of the people that I see aren't. Most of the people who have fucking stickers in their windows aren't. They're actually really compelled by these characters in these simple, naive, childish stories. Oh, what the fuck is up with that? Because that's a much more interesting phenomenon than people are just easy to please and gullible. Bullshit. I mean, it's true, we're easy to please and gullible, but I don't think that's why people love this show. I don't think so. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. Gets my goat. How dare you? How dare you? Just because one cannot see the compelling elements of a show does not mean that they do not exist. They might not, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. I prefer to take the perspective of looking for what is going well and why. There have been complaints about the Bollywood-style direction of the infinite dimensional fortress scenes. I found those pretty interesting because I think it's actually on the nose, and the direction going back over it does remind me of some of that Bollywood-style over dramaticness. I think it works great. I don't have a problem with it at all. The person who wrote it as a comment leveraged it as a criticism, and I don't see it. I also don't mind Bollywood direction in general. I find it very silly, but it can work. And I think it was very silly, but worked here. In fact, I didn't find it silly. I thought it was really, really scary. I actually bought into it instead of sitting here going, I wonder what's wrong with what's going on. Maybe that's the difference, is simply the desire for buy-in. Because I want to buy in. I want to believe. And that means that I'm inevitably going to be skewed in my perspective, and so be it. I won't claim to be unbiased. That's a ridiculous claim. I'm as biased as anyone. My bias is toward interesting things, by my own definition. A biased definition that I made up. And continue to make up. As I find more things and find them more interesting, I continue to add to the definition. Demon Slayer fits. Anyway. There's a dude in a pot who makes fishies and has mouths for eyes. What the fuck is up with that? There's a dude with emotions on his tongue, and every time you cut him, he turns into more of him, who have different emotions and different powers. What the fuck is up with that? That's not okay. There's a cool sword somewhere that's probably not going to be that useful. I also have a theory. I think Tanjiro's going to choose to not use that sword. He's going to say something to what's-his-face and be like, no, actually, you know what? The sword that I want is the sword that you made, not the one that you've spent all this time polishing because it's an artifact. Actually, I believe in you. I think that would be very heroic of Tanjiro. How do we survive this? How do we defeat these demons? Will they fight to the death here? In Daki's situation, we cornered them, right? We cornered them in their lair. We went on the offensive, found that demon, rooted her out, killed them. Barely. Now they're on the offensive. They can leave at any time. Just like Akaza. When he attacked Rengoku, he did so from a position of strategic choice. He could leave at any time, and he did. Once he had finished the job, he pieced the fuck out. Later, sun's coming. These demons can do the same thing. And we do have a time limit on the fight. Once the sun is up, they're outside, and there are problems. But they can leave at any time. Maybe our goal for this fight is not to kill them, but to drive them away and defend ourselves. But I don't know. We're just gonna have to watch and see. So, I apologize for all of my blither blather, but it apparently needed to come out. I don't know. Needed to talk about some things about Demon Slayer. Keeps happening. Weird thing that this entirely simple story keeps evoking immense amounts of, I don't know, hopefully interesting discussion. I find it interesting, but I'm biased. I'm the one saying it. Of course I find it interesting. But I do think it is. Anyway, let's watch Demon Slayer episode 4. I've got it up and ready to go. Thank you. Tokito is the name of the thing. I assume that that's going to be a phrase from the kiddo who he's about to save. We'll see. One version. Timer. YouTube. Patreon. Early access. Beep beep timer. Let's go. The worst. The worst. It's just a giant fish. Like, what the fuck? He fast. Nigero! I'm already taking all this time to fight and save your ass. What is on its head? It's the pot that's on its head, right? Run! Yeah! Why is it goopy? Is it over? Is that how that works? Cut to OP, okay. It's over, I guess. How many of those can he make? Because I could see, like, a swarm coming. And that would be bad. It's already bad. Oh, maybe 6 at once. Maybe that's the answer. And he hasn't done that either. Or is that just a representation of his Hydra-ness? Flame on. That. I forgot to look at it in the last episode, even though I mentioned it. I'm gonna try this time. So I wonder if we'll leave that behind. Nezuko's... Blah. Looks like tuna. Oh. The pot? I don't know, man. Seems too simple. Not too simple. That was actually the issue. Aw. Aw. Wow, you're so cool. You saved my ass. How dare you? God. Fucking kids. Ah. If he stops for a second, that will be the end of it, eh? Doga! Find yourself again? What? Oh, is he amnesiac? Amnesiac? He's actually in a fog mentally. Oh, he is! Straightforward. I had no idea. He got head clonked, huh? Ah. And then it will... Pa! Interesting. Oh. Nah. I gotta turn away. Uncertain. Uh-huh. Reaffirming his identity? He doesn't seem super convinced of that. Alright, here we are. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. Moving. Yeah, what else are you gonna do, though? Fucking put him in a box! So maybe it's got a limited number of... Ah! I don't. Oh. Ah. Once they're broken down into base. Huh. Oh, okay. Cool. Keep chopping. And you got a bunch of little dimwits. Little wibble bibbles. Slicey slicey. Yeah, that is a bigger problem, I think. Hey? What? Uh... Alright. Ow. Yeah, what did happen to the mouth? It didn't disintegrate, right? Why is he unable to hit him? Huh? Huh? Going straight for the tongue, huh? This whole fight has been pretty simple. I don't have a problem with it, but it hasn't been jaw-dropping. Don't go full. Yeah, that's bad, Genya. It's all you are! Oh, why is it stuck? Oh, I love it. You gotta love that. Why are you losing? Stop it. Ugh. He's just holding him in with his guts. Holy shit. Ow. I didn't even split him. Well, this is bad. Genya's gonna die. Can we get some help, please? No? I guess not. Is he still laughing? Is he still laughing? Ha. Kill him! God! Oh, but it's so sad. Oh. Just did some weird fucking jutsu. What was that? Oh, jeez. But what did he do to... Nice. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the regeneration thing and the tooth thing. Yeah, he's breaking a bunch. Genya has figured out some kind of Wolverine bullshit. Maybe he needs to incant for it? That's weird. I said something about magic not working, but maybe it does. Ow. Probably shouldn't have done that. Awful. Oh, sounds good. Angry. Yeah, she does regen fast. Oh, blood. Ha. Yeah, burn, motherfucker. Goddamn, Nezuko. Oh, she can use his fan. Bye. Bye. Oh, damn it. Gonna zap her. Ah, blood. Careful. Oh my god, Nezuko is OP. Tanjiro, why do you suck so much? He's a wimpy guy. You got this. You fought Daki. You fought Gyutaro. Kind of. You're gonna go to it? That seems like a bad idea. Going airborne means you can't dodge. I think they're doing great, actually. Hi. Ah! He's doing just fine. He figured out how to take the punishment and keep on a going. Isn't that great? Nanda! I'm invincible! I'm invincible! And my brother's a Hashira. That's gonna kill ya? Huh. I wonder. Is he gonna hitch a ride? Oh, that's so ridiculous. Huh? Pick up the rat. Thanks. Ow. Okay. And we are just going to hitch a ride backward. What? Okay, that's absurd. That's absurd. It's upside down. That's absurd. He pushes with anger? I think he just pushed with anger. While airborne. All of you suck, God! Whoa. Just manifesting. Oh, the dodge. Nice. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Alright. Hey, you can grab the staff. And save the Nezuko. Genya. Ow. Nezuko? Eh? It did not pierce all the way through you. Thank you, Nezuko. Holy shit. Rad. Ah, she's so cool. He's so proud. Let's go. Oh, shit. Mm. Genya? Just the shape of the fan. Ugh. Well, kids. Time to die. We're close to end, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Brother and sister at the bottom. Oh, shit. That's 3 full ones. Finally. Oh my god! I didn't think it would actually happen. Yep, it's a horde. Terrible. Terrible. What a great monster design. They're so gross. And so stupid looking. The big bug eyes. It makes them scarier to me. Oh, it's not the awful one. It's a nice one. Go, watermelon! Run! She's so happy. Oh, she was already stationed there. She didn't know where it was because of the reasons. Thank you for the pan up. All right. Fair enough. Good. Good. We'll have a Kanroji. That'll be great. This, I mean, it's core to the story that she's here. It's important. So finally. And we got an A plot, B plot, two fronts, Tokito, fish monsters, trio, Hantengu. Makes perfect sense. It's great. Yeah, that guy knows that crow's a problem. He knows it. Let's go. So is she waiting for him? That's the question. To remember who he is. I don't know if they're linked like that. Squad! What is this? What is this? Alternate universe? Ha! Thanks. Thanks, rabbit creature. The only thing that I have is my art. I'm worthless otherwise. Yeah, but she doesn't realize it herself, yes. Okay. So it's like Gap Moe. Except in reverse. Exceptionally cute doesn't realize it. Which makes for the ideal person to be infatuated with. Interesting. Very clever. Interesting. God, I love how the little fish monsters look. They're so silly. They're so silly. I love it. I want to find, just because I'm going to forget if I don't do it, I want to find the frame where Tanjiro does he pushes forward and flames on. I need to find it. And sweeping past. Okay, so it is him. Interesting. Sawashiro? Maybe. So that's the frame that we get, so he's actually following in his footsteps or mirroring him or Does look like delicious tuna. Probably a horrible monster, but, you know. Hey, there's a bit of a wrinkle here. Tokito is amnesiac. He doesn't remember shit. He got bonked on the head by something and lives in the clouds. his attitude and perspective is a result of that, partly. He doesn't know who he is. He's just living on hoping. And living on with, as his cornerstone, it's not faith in himself. It's Kaguya-sama's faith in him. That he has been given this position is his cornerstone. Is his reason to believe in himself. It's pretty interesting. It will clear away. Eventually, you'll get your memories back, and it'll take an event to make it occur. And I assume we're going to see that over the course of the season. But it starts here with that self-sacrificing decision that he makes. That's the implication. Very interesting. Very interesting. Isn't this going to keep me from protecting the entire village? Isn't this against my rules? And his answer is no, I can do it. His answer to the trolley problem is, I can save them all. That's actually his answer. That's what he comes up with, which is really, really interesting because it's not part of the premise. But it is the right answer. It is the right answer. It's the one that people try when you present them with the trolley problem. They try to come up with a secondary solution. And it's cool. It's really cool. It's like, well, what if I try to divert the tram, right? Like, what if I derail the track? What if I put a stack of pennies on the railing, and then maybe I could save them all? I could derail the track and save them all. Or I could stop the train, or something else, right? Maybe I'm just good enough to save them all. Maybe I could run over to the people who are tied to the track and untie them and pull them away from the track, and then nobody dies, right? So it's interesting. It's interesting. He goes outside of the thing and justifies it by saying that I can do both. I can do it all because of that cornerstone, because Kaguya-sama believes in me. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think this chunk of the fight, to follow up on being totally willing to mention portions of the show and episodes that I think don't work super well. I don't think this portion of the fight works super well. All the way through, in even through to the end moment when he catches a ride on the character. I think that element is cool. The idea of catching a ride on a flying enemy is neat. I think the way that it was done sucked. I think the whole back and forth of the battle between these two kind of sucks. The way we jump from here to the A plot, or A plot to B plot, whichever, and we go from here, and Tanjiro's fighting, and kind of boringly, back and forth, right? Back and forth, fighting. Bird sweeps in, Tanjiro gets cut, he dodges. Bird sweeps in, Tanjiro gets cut, he dodges. Bird sweeps in, Tanjiro gets cut, he dodges. Cut away from that, cut to the other side. As Tanjiro says, "Don't worry, I'll be there soon. I'm trying really hard." And then we cut over to the interesting fight that's happening between Genya and Nezuko and the Hantengus. And that fight I think is interesting. But this portion it's like, I'm an evil bird, and he's like, I'm a heroic character, and then the bird flies by and he slashes at the bird and he fails to slash the bird, and the bird slashes him, and we go, no, and it's kind of empty. It kind of just keeps happening. And then we cut over to the other thing, and we're interspersing the two sequences, and that's traditional and classic. B plot, A plot, A plot, B plot, back and forth we go. It's just that this plot doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter much. You too, I'm gonna slice you as well, and he does. He slices him a bit, and gets blasted a bit, and slices him a bit, and gets blasted a bit, and slices him a bit, and it's just back and forth, and we cut over here where the interesting things are happening. Interesting thing number one. I like how condescending all the monsters are. I love how they interact with each other. I love how the angry one is so pissed all the time, and the sad one is all sad. I understand that they've all got one individual trait, and that's it, but it's still enough to make an interesting fight, and have interesting, similarly powered villains with different perspectives. I think it's pretty interesting. Crushingly murderous and evil works really well for me. God, hurry up, dismember her. Genya has regen. I don't know how he got regen. I don't know what his regen consists of, but he's got regen, and it's pretty fucking cool. I think this whole scene works really well to demonstrate to us that Genya is gotten insane. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's going absolutely bonkers, and that makes him very cool to me. Smash, crunch, bang, smash, and he keeps laughing and keeps fighting. Nezuko is more and more and more and more cool. She's just so powerful. And fucking brutal. Blast him with the fire. Full, like, flip twist his arm off? Huh. Then use the arm fan to blast his body away. Very cool. All of the Hantengu's ability to, like, manifest their own weapons is bullshit. It's bullshit. I should be able to take away his staff, and he can't have another staff. But they can, and that sucks. Mr. Mad is the worst boss. All he does is yell at you for not doing the thing right without giving you a better option or supporting you. Just like, God, do the thing more right. How dare you? Why do you keep sucking? The worst boss. There's something about the framing of Nezuko with the spear through her that feels almost religious, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel like there's a direct parallel to grab here. I think this whole... okay, so actually, I was going to say the whole jump on the bird, use the bird, stab the bird through, and blast toward the thing. It's stupid. I don't think it works. But here we have this sequence that literally does not matter, right? Nezuko scene is happening. Cut from Nezuko scene to Tanjiro scene. Tanjiro scene happens. All we have is another exchange of blows. Just another one. It's just another, the bird sweeps by, Tanjiro dodges and slices, and that's the whole scene. Now, we get it because we need the dialogue from Tanjiro where he's saying, if only I could hitch a ride or get closer to the building, things would work. But it doesn't need to be there. Anyway, that's the sort of feeling that I get. I think the whole, rawr, grr, I'm gonna shoot you thing is cute. It's good. I think the whole stab the bird and hope that the bird flies backward, upside down, and then use your strength of will to push through the building that you're pushing up against, doesn't make any sense. I mean, the thinnest argument against a sequence in a shonen is, it doesn't make sense. Oh no, who cares? But I do care, and I think that you can have really strong action sequences, and you can have weaker action sequences, and a lot of the time, Kimetsu's action sequences are very strong. This one felt much weaker. Worth pointing out. So, that being said, we do have a watermelon on the way, and Tokito headed to do a thing that might begin the process of getting his memories back. I'm down to watch another episode. It was recommended to me that I do so, and so I'm going to do so. Give me a sec to pull up episode 5 of Kimetsu, and we'll be tucking right into it. See you in a sec. Peace. Alright, welcome back. We're good to go for episode 5. Let's jump on into it. Bright Red Sword is the title, which I would initially think of as a bloody sword, but I actually think in this case it's Kanroji's sword, the whippy one. We'll see. BB timer. Oh, I love this track. Oh, shit. Huh. Easy. That is what we pay him for. I had no faith. Damn. Yeah, I need a new sword. We gotta go get it, right? Seriously. Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah. Yo, hey, we don't have time for stories, man. Tanjiro-san. Like some good things coming around sort of thing? Maybe a little bit. So when they replace a Demon Slayer's sword, does it change color once the Demon Slayer, like, attunes to it? What about with, like, Kanroji, where her sword is super unique and, like, whippy and stuff? Does, like, she get a normal sword and then she holds the sword and it becomes that? How does it work? I don't know. Ooh, fiery bits. Ooh, fiery bits. I would be more careful than that, though. Hold on. Huh? Huh? Oh? There's something else, yeah. Full. Holy shit. He's actually here, isn't he? Oh, he's actually here. Huh? What? Fucking careful, man. This is when you need Genya, just shoot it. Oh, no. Uh. Ah. We need that sword. Hmm. Take out the Hashira's sword. Ah. Oh, thank you for your sacrifice, bro. Just leave. Just leave. Abandon ship. Later. Oh, she's here. Announced with Zettai Ryoki. Praise be. Holy shit. Yes, okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let the pretty features distract you from the murder monster. She's terrifying. Is that a bigger one? Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, buddy. Ow. That shouldn't be so funny. That shouldn't be so funny at all. Oh no! The tradition! Ugh. Oh, thank God. Oh. Every angle is so funny. Hmm. It is pretty freaking odd. Love breathing! She calls the elemental name of love. Ha! She's just a magical girl. She's actually a magical girl. she's she's fully a Mahou Shoujo character. My guy. Can you please hold me too? Hey! Hey! She can only comfort me. Oh my god. What? Oh, are we in Tanjiro's fucked up, terrified brain? Uh-oh. Let's go, Nezuko. Ow. Yeah, the both of you were crushed hard. Well, she regens, you don't. This is real teamwork. This is real teamwork. This is very cute. This is very cute. That's so cute. Yeah! The little interplay between Nezuko and Tanjiro. She's carrying him, he's carrying her. Then they get blasted out and she reaches out. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. That's the good stuff. Oh, you blasted them too far away. Ah! It's a pile of rubble. They can hide everywhere. Hmm. We have a moment, though. What is she doing? Oh, she's trying to get her blood. I think she's trying to get her blood. Hi, Gyokko. Sure, let's chat. Just run! My artwork? Oh, he's an artiste. wrong audience. This guy's not gonna care. Where did that come from? Wow. Oh. Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. Oh, they're all partially alive, too. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, it's working. Oh, how glorious. Truly, a masterpiece. Ah, revel in the beauty I have created. Scream? Yeah, they're still alive. Beautiful. Honestly, hey. Hey, a little bit of emotion. What is that? But the vase itself moved, right? How? There's dimensional shit going on. Yeah, this is not... This is not that simple. Yeah, where are they coming from? Ah, you'll never understand art. Ah! Oh. Alright, because he just gets to kill you. Doesn't want to be killed. Yeah. But that's easier said than done. Fuck! And he's got the 6 arms. Oh, buddy! Oh, Tokito took it. Did he take it? He took it. What the fuck? My guy. But what about the dying and pain and stabbing and stuff? How many things can he create? He can summon anything, can't he? Fuck. Plop, 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 plop. Something else is going on, buddy. History. Memories. Hmm. Bits and pieces. His family got eaten by a demon. I hate Gyokko. I love him. I hate him. Shut the fuck up. You cut one of his little hands! Oh no. Six pots. He revels in it. Oh my god, he revels in being right on the edge of insanity. Wow, it's crazy. You better use an art of some kind, and you can't breathe, right? Missed, though. Come on, Gyokko, you really think it's gonna be that easy? Oh! 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 Combined art! Yeah. Alright, 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 alright. More weird memories from the distant past. I have no idea who that is. It's your ancestor, maybe. Goes bright red when he fights, because it's fucking... Woof. Yes, you do. Yes, it did. Huh. Huh. A different method. But it's not, because he hasn't done the... What happens if that is occurring and then he does the breathing? Hey, that's nice. Hi, guys. Time to fight. Sup? What happens if he breathes into it too? We're about to find out, aren't we, birdie boy? Oh, they share an inherited memory as well. Whoosh. Whoosh. And there's your lair. Wow. Be afraid. And there it is. Next. Is Tanjiro about to solo Ahashira? Did Tanjiro just solo Ahashira? I mean, a moon? And the flames fade. Do they regen? Do they regen? Do they regen? Or do they dissipate? That's the question. Special. Different. Uh-huh. 100%. I can turn that on. It's bright red. It stays red. Hi, Genya. I don't know about okay, man. His hair is changing. What the fuck? He's... Whoa. Genya, what have you done to yourself? Did he go part demon? Did Genya go part demon to get some regen? What? I wonder how. Has Tanjiro's sword just changed color? Like, forever? Is it gonna stay red? That's interesting. Or will it stay black except when he Hinokami Kagura's? Or has Nezuko to Burning Blood? Interesting. It's just like, it's like buffing a blade in Dark Souls. Extra damage! Are we gonna get the Academy thing again? Nope. Yeah! It just do. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. uh. I wonder who that's aimed at. Yo, 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 yo. All right, I want to see it. I want to see it. Hold on, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. It's impossible. Okay, flippy whippy. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Flippy whippy whippy. Little blank. She's a freaking magical girl. She's just a Maho Shoujo character. Huh? And then it wibbity wibbity. Oh, suddenly. Oh, it folds up. I see. Actually does make sense. So the whole thing spirally flippity whippity folds and stacks up inside there. I thought it extended. And it's got the little hearts on the. It's fun. Oh. All right, she's very cute. I can't deny the cuteness. It's cute. I do have a sword for you, and away we go. You're a Hashira. Gotta get you the best. And we run into Gyokko. I think Gyokko's great. I love his little fish monster things. Those are fun on their own. But finding out that he is himself an artiste, a performer who wants to be recognized for his work, it's an archetypal villain that I like quite a bit. One of my favorite sets of villains is Slaughterhouse 5? I think that's what they're called, in Worm, Parahumans by Wild Bow, which is a web series that I'd highly recommend reading. They're super evil. There are multiple of them who are very much performers who love to put on a show. I like villains who are like this, that have their own ulterior motive toward the villainy. It's not just that they want to be, they've got some particular goal. Muzan sama must survive, or whatever, right? Pragmatism. No. They've got something twisted and fucked up and broken and stupid and insane and absurd. And that's what drives them. That's correct. I mean, both are correct, but it's a real phenomenon that terrifying, monstrous, murderous, psychopathic individuals sometimes have these odd tendencies, like the need to take corpses and string them up to create an art show, or to leave a calling card with all of their victims, or to cut off particular body parts and do weird things. This sort of idea pervades popular culture, this sort of murderous artiste. It's all through, like, that detective show and that other detective show and all the movies and all of our romantic ideas about serial killers and Dexter and all these things, right? It's all throughout them. This idea of the killer with, like, a performative streak. And Gyokko embodies it excellently. He's a creepy design, a creepy perspective, a creepy individual in every fucking way. And it's interesting because we put it up against Tokito, who is damned flat, right? Doesn't care. Not really interested in usually the moral repercussions of certain circumstances and whatnot. Not the type to get frustrated or infuriated. But even he gets pushed to the limit by Gyokko's insanity. That's good. That's good. I don't know why I find the chief getting squeezed so funny. I think it's just the sound effect that he makes, but I do find it very funny. This is a tough circumstance. And then Kanroji is here. There are like 3 or 4 sequences where there's like an implication that there's a character who can see her panties. It's just the way that it gets framed. It's like strange. It's a little bit strange. It's one of those things you can't... I don't know. The show does fan service kind of oddly. Just kind of oddly. Fan service is always odd. Our predilections and ways of representing sexuality or just physicality are odd. And it's odd here. But fine. It doesn't end up really mattering, because what does matter is that She is a bad ass. And it looks really good. I think it sells to me the idea that she is a badass. We get these sweeping shots, the leap forward. So good at weaving expressions into everything. She's a gymnast. Whippity whippity whip. The blade does seem to have the ability to extend significantly. Gosh, what an angle. See, this is what I mean. It's like, okay. That little moment is really fluid. Is that on ones? The aftermath moment. Shing here. Just the background movement is. The sword and her movement is on twos. Interesting. It's really smooth looking. And then we get this clink, 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 sparkle, 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 sparkle. She says the line about it, right? My heart would never flutter for those who needlessly hurt others. Ichirin no hana? Like, it's so far beyond a common trope. It's ever present in Mahou Shoujo that you have characters do an attack and then hit with a line like this, and then the bad guy explodes or gets carried up into the heavens or whatever happens. Kanroji is from a completely different series. It's so funny. Okay, the big run and jump and catch, and our camera focuses in when it does happen, right? I have to. The show just can't help it. All you have to do is frame the scene slightly differently, and you don't end up with them center stage. But instead, we end up with them center stage, and we only hint at panning up to her face. That's not what matters. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll leave this aside. I don't care that much. Boom. Nezuko grabbing Tanjiro and running out of their terrible circumstances. Super cool, and a cool sequence, reminiscent of the one with Tengen and Gyutaro fighting underneath while Daki attacks from above. Somewhat reminiscent of that. Similar with mist everywhere and all that stuff. But what I really like about this sequence is actually that Nezuko gets knocked over and Tanjiro picks up the slack, and it's like they're doing this baton pass relay between themselves. They're working toward the same goal together and fighting together to get there. And when each of them flubs or has weakness, the other one picks up the slack, and then vice versa. And I really like that. It's like, it's a visual depiction of their siblinghood and their togetherness, and I really like it, especially as it leads into what will be their unity as a fighting duo with the flaming sword thing, which we've built toward. It's been Nezuko in critical moments who's enabled Tanjiro to cut through the webbing or cut through particular things and level up a little bit. But now we have it really brought together, and well, a flaming sword is pretty interesting, let alone a flaming sword that changes color. Okay. The artiste, it's so creepy, it's so monstrous, it's so good. The camera that moves around them and the way that they sort of undulate, there's like a digital effect being added to the animation of it that gives them this sort of undulating mass feel that's similar to the fishies. I don't know how they're doing it, but I really like it. It makes them super duper creepy. Every time we slice a pod, it teleports somewhere else. I don't know how Gyokko does his powers, but it's some bullshit. He's summoned 2 things from 2 pots now. The ocean and the fishies. He's clearly also able to summon immense big-o fishos. There are 4 remaining pots, all of which probably have unique styles and types of summons. That's bad. This is an extremely versatile opponent. I don't know what we're going to do about it. But at the same time, he's awakening to some memories that he's put away. And we'll see what he comes up with. That's his focus all the way through. Hopefully, it won't prevent him from focusing effectively. She lights up the blade. We get another past memory. And I like his phrase, even though it was through a different method from that swordsman's, which it may or may not have been. Right now, my sword is just like his. Even though I'm doing it in a different way, there's something related. Interesting. And then an immense statement of protagonism from Tanjiro to go along with his level up in terms of the blade. To protect human lives, this is why I'm doing this thing. I have to come through for them. We get all the hands on his back, pushing him forward. And then an ancient memory down to their very cells. He lights up. It's a new form, and it's spectacular. We see the dragon in it. It's like Rengoku and Sawashiro the past, maybe, and Tanjiro and Nezuko, all as one. Boom. And all those who he's fought with, all as one. I think the flame stuff is spectacular. The post-processing and lighting effects are really lovely throughout his face, all over. And I think the pace of the scene as it goes woo, 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 is similar to the sequence of Rengoku Akaza and reminiscent of that, and I think meant to be. That the big dragon attack that he does. But it's also uniquely Tanjiro-y with the big flowing, sweeping style. Except that in this case, it's not water and fire melded together, it's all flame. So through he goes, and I really gotta say, this, like, it's almost 300-y, speed up, slow down-esque. Boom, pow. Boom, pow. It's got a nice flow to it. It's got a really nice flow to it, and I think the scenes are gorgeous. Boom. Wow. Wow. Head, head, head. The dragon dances forward and Tanjiro takes its place. Each slice lands. And he simultaneously slays 3 portions of Hantengu, leaving only this one and a slightly weird Genya. Very interesting. We'll have to see what that is. But as it stands, Tanjiro has leveled up. Kanroji is here. I believe in Tokito's ability to at least stave off Gyokko for a little while, especially if he can get his hands on a new sword. We'll just have to see how things play out from here. Very cool. Thanks for joining me for more episodes of Kimetsu. I enjoyed these. There were some portions of them that I didn't enjoy and some portions that I really enjoyed. Mixed bag. And that's totally fine. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next week for more. Peace.